many other great products. There's a bunch of Accords, Civics, the new redesigned Honda Ridgeline, which we have one sitting on a showroom, a gray one. I think Bo needs to buy that and give that one to me. I would be very, very happy with that. So am I up and running now?
We're trying to get you there. Let's see.
So joining me as usual, the king of cars, the Cars of Kings, Big Wheel Bo Carver.
Always glad to be here, and we're at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore in North Richland Hills, and it's supposed to be a sunshiny day, but I'm not sure I'm peeking that out.
I thought 60% chance of rain later today. It breaks out, and then tomorrow the sun
is that
rain
when it
picks
is
up, and it's supposed to be coming and going.
And we are live also on Facebook at the Automotive Edge Facebook page and the sister page, Shifting Gears, and also YouTube. We just started YouTube that here a week or two ago. So if you have friends and neighbors that out there that don't do the social media sites, they can just go and search us on YouTube. That's the Automotive Edge Radio Show, and you can find us there. We're audio and video. So join us.
If you have an automotive need, you need to go where to go, who to see, what to do when it comes to buying or leasing an automobile. Real simple. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number. I had over 100 emails last week, people getting geared up and fired up with the summer coming, going, hey, when do you think I should trade in? What do you think the values are? Where are we at? And I tell them, don't wait. So many people are still on the bubble on what they're going to do. Don't wait. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen. It is an election year. We know that one of the parties is going to try to do all these crazy things going, see there, we're here to help you. We didn't do anything for 3 years, but we're going to help you this year so we can get reelected. And so you'll see some changes. I think the bigger change is going to be in the price of gasoline. But as far as the vehicles, a lot of you, the consumers, are hollering and screaming for big rebates and incentives, and I'm telling you, you don't want those. If you're driving a car and you're trading in a car, you don't want big incentives and rebates. You don't, because it's going to devalue the car that you're driving, unless you're driving a pickup truck. Pickup trucks, even with the massive discounts, Eldorado Chevrolet, $8,000 off before rebates, plus 1.9% financing, 72 months. It was either or. You get both. Waited off on a bunch of Rams, plus 1.9 for 72 months. So the truck wars are on. They always will be, because we are the truck capital of the world, and so it's a whole different animal. But if you're driving, let's say that you're driving a new Honda Accord, okay, or you're driving a Honda Accord, and it's a 2018. You say, you know what, I want to upgrade to a 2024, and the Honda Accord has a $5,000 incentive on it. Well, let me just tell you, it's going to affect your trade $5,000. That's the way it works. Big rebates, less money on your trade-in value. No rebates, more money for your trade-in value. So I got a lot of people going, well, I'm going to hold off until some big rebates come out. Why? I would rather have a big discount and all the money on the trade, and here's why. You don't get any tax savings on your rebates. Your rebates come off the bottom. You're paying taxes on whatever you're buying the car for. So if you're getting more money for your car and you're paying less in taxes, let's say the car's selling for $30,000, your car's worth $20,000, you're only paying taxes on $10,000. If they come out with a big rebate and then you have a difference of of 15, then you're paying taxes on more car. So rebates don't save you in taxes, and they don't save you in trade valuation. If you don't have a trade-in, then big rebates and incentives would be good. But that's most people. I think a little over 90% of the people have a trade-in. And when you have big rebates out there, it devastates the market. You can see it at the auctions. Once we start seeing these prices drop at the auction dramatically, it's because big rebates and incentives are out there. And so they're buying the cars cheaper at auction. Why would they give you more money at trade-in time if the vehicle has a big rebate? So be careful what you ask for. I tell people there's some big discounts out there, great APR. When I was looking at the APR sheet the other day, and I was going down the list. I was going, wow, 6 months ago, there was only 10 manufacturers that had a 0 APR. And now you have almost every manufacturer out there, except for a couple, have a 0 APR. Whether it's for 36 months, 48, you have a few at 60, and then the 1.9 is kicking in at 60 and 72 months. Unheard of. So that's more what you want. When you look at your financing amount versus your money that you think that you're saving on a rebate, because it's either or. Remember that. It's not like you get everything plus the rebate. That's not unless it's a pickup truck. Like with Jason Long at Eldorado Chevrolet, he's doing $8,000 before rebates. And there's a bunch of rebates to qualify up to another $4,000, depending on your first responder, these different things, plus 1.9. You start putting big rebates out there, it's going to be either or on the vehicles. And then you go, oh, I just want the money back. But then you don't realize that you just lost a chunk on the trade and you're paying more on the interest rate. But you know what? Here at the Automotive Edge Radio Show, we take care of all that for you. If you go to theautomotiveedge.com, you click on. I thought she was going to run you over. I was going, that looked like two trains.
Almost had a head-on collision here at Armory Honda Superstar.
The look on her face was priceless. I wish I just had a video. Cause she's like, I'm here. Oh boy. I know you did good. You did good. I'd have probably said something. You done good.
And we are rocking here at
That's
Norm
right.
Reeves Honda Superstore.
Yeah, people are either in a hurry or they got their head down in a cell phone. I mean, that lady almost ran the sweet lady over.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yep. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Let's find out what you're looking for. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and send me your name and number, and you don't have to go it alone, and help you with your automotive needs, and make sure you're getting the best of both worlds. Because here's the thing, there are dealers out there and manufacturers where you're not privy to the best of both worlds, and we can help you with that. We had a gentleman the other day, there was some extra money there, about $3,000. We got it for him, and he looked at me and goes, how'd you do that? Abracadabra.
Yes.
No.
It's the crystal ball of Kurt Chase.
It's having the relationships out there in the auto industry.
Well, it's also
things
knowing, because
and hang on one second. I want to apologize. We had a lady. It was the funniest thing. She's walking across the showroom floor, and there's another lady with her head down on her cell phone, and she stops, and the lady's still not looking up and almost plows into her.
And it's actually what happens on the freeways and the roads that we're doing. Right there is a good example of that, and it was almost a head-on collision in a walking capacity right here in the showroom floor. So get off those dadgum phones if you're doing something.
Yeah, she almost, I was sitting there going, she's going to run into her. And the lady's standing there with her arms out like, do you not see me?
So if she knocked her over and broke her arm, could you say, like, you caused the accident?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So it could happen even in a walking capacity.
Yeah, put those cell phones down. They're evil. They're
Except
evil.
for when you're watching the show, but don't walk.
That's right. Yeah, have your cell phone on when the radio show, but don't be moving.
Just sit down and enjoy the show. Or if you have it in your car, that's fine too. But we are here live on the Automotive Edge Facebook page and sister page, Shifting Gears, and on YouTube. We're new to YouTube, so we're hoping that'll grow. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button and like it, and that way we can grow it and get more people to tune in. Because there's a lot of people that don't do social media. We get it. So they can now go to YouTube and get it. It's archived. All of our broadcasts are archived, so you can go to Facebook and check the previous shows, or even on YouTube. And of course, we're live here every Saturday morning on 97.1 FM, The Freak.
There we go. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. If you have an automotive need, I'm telling you, make the contact and let us help you out. This week was absolutely fantastic. Last week was absolutely fantastic. I mean, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars because people, too many times, you're just focused on the payment.
We have a caller.
Just do not get focused on the payment. There's too many things to do. Who do we have on the line with us today?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I'm Felicia. I'm heading to a dealership right now to go check something out.
All right, Felicia, how can we help you?
Well, my dilemma is I'm just looking at all these ads of everywhere of who's got the most off of a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I hadn't looked like a specific, like, whichever. I've got a GM truck I'm going to go look at. They said they got 11,000 off. I'm about to go check out a Chevy, see what they've got off.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I have is that I'm trading in, and I already know I'm upside down.
How do you know?
Trying to get the most, because I already looked it up. I had CarMax value.
Okay. Don't let that play a role. There's a lot of people that think they're upside down or they get online and value a vehicle. And on average, I'm finding $3,000 to $4,000 more than what they found online. So be careful, because a lot of these places aren't giving actual good information. That a lot of people think they're really far underwater when they're really not as bad as what they think. And don't share that with the dealer when you get there. Don't tell them, hey, I'm upside down, I'm underwater. You know, that's never good for anybody to do when they're shopping for a vehicle.
Okay.
And the thing is, be careful when you're looking at your discounts, too, is the fact that my biggest problem that I have with people calling me is that they saw this massive discount, and they got to the dealer and realized they didn't qualify for more than half the rebates, if any of them, and the discount was actually less than $8,000. I'm running into that all the time.
I ran into that over at Ford dealership because they said it was this much. I'm like, well, I didn't qualify. I'm not military. I'm not a
right
nurse. I'm not a teacher. Right? I don't know a college grad. Yeah. So I guess that's basically what I'm trying to get to, is just get this discount enough off to where
okay.
and then on top of it, I'm also looking at what vehicle will retain a value, so I'm not even more off after I sign.
Well, pickup trucks are the way to go.
Let's all look at pickup. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you go over to Grapevine Ford, Cameron Martin is the new car director, and they have a ton of F-150s over there, $10,000 off, and you don't have to worry about what you qualify for. Anything you qualify for would be extra. If it's a Chevrolet, my buddy at Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney, he's given an immediate $8,000 off before anything, plus 1.9 for 72 months. Plus, they have an additional $4,000 in rebates that you may qualify for. And it's not just being a first responder. There's a lot more rebates out there available, too.
So what I've been hearing is you can't have both. You can't have 1.9 and all the. It's either regular price 1.9 or you pick all the money.
You get both.
30 seconds.
You get both.
You get both.
So you do get both.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to give her your cell phone number?
So here's the deal. If you want to connect with me where you're not riding around and hitting a bunch of places figuring it out, if you go to theautomotiveedge.com and you just click on Ask Kurt and leave me your name and number, I can get you right with the dealer doing it right. You don't have to mess with any of this. But you get the best of both worlds with Ford, Chevy, and Dodge right now.
And it'll be after our show at noon, so if you can wait till
so don't go out and get brain dead and get beat up and let them tell you a bunch of stuff. I can get you to walk right in the dealer, get you all the money and discounts and the APR, and get you on the road in a very short amount of time.
Okay.
Go to
your website.
Yeah, theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number. When I get off air, I'll call you. We'll get you taken care of. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1971. I'm Kurt Chase with the Great One Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
So MD, Michael says Sewell. I hate autocorrect. Seal. MD Curtis, when is the best time to pay cash for a car?
Well, let me dispel that myth, Mr. Curtis or Miss Curtis. I don't know whether it's a guy or girl.
It looks like a gentleman.
Is that whether you're paying cash or financing, it doesn't matter. I ran dealerships for over 20 years. I've been doing this for 36 years. Cash is the same at a dealership. They don't want you to pay cash, obviously. They'd rather you finance and pick up some money on the reserve. But everybody that walked to a dealership and saying, I'm paying cash, we'd all go, wow, really? You're paying cash? Now, is it real cash that you're taking out of your savings or checking, or is it cash that your bank is depositing and you're paying them back? You know, and if it's that way, the dealers have much better interest rate. But if you walk in a dealer and say, I'm paying cash, you're not going to get any better deal than somebody that's financing. They may tell you that or get all excited and go, wow, Mr. Curtis, you're paying cash. Woohoo! It's going to get you through the dealership quicker, but it's not going to get you a better deal.
Well, it kind of makes you think you're getting a better deal when they do the woohoo.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're going to be paying the same thing because they get cash anyway from the bank.
Well, when my salespeople would come to the desk and go, "Hey, Kurt, I got some people paying cash." Superstore. I'd walk into them and go, "Hey, congratulations, you're paying cash. Super. We'll make this quick. Now, is it real cash or are you getting the cash from a lending institution? Because my rates are much better." Well, my credit union. Okay, well, hang on. Let's take a look at that. Or would I have people go, "No, I'm just writing a check. It's coming right out of my bank." Fantastic. Here's your price with cash. It's no different than financing. So okay.
Michael A. had a question. I didn't when I said that while ago.
It's bottom line. It's all cash to the dealer, right. Whether the bank's giving them the draft or you're giving them the check, doesn't matter.
Right. We have a 2019 BMW 530e with 41,000 miles on it. It's paid off. We got a letter from the place that you mentioned a while ago where we bought it the other day. Letter said that they would give us $13,000 off a new car if we brought it in. That seemed totally crazy. What does that sound like to you?
Well, it sounds like to me that they're putting the cart in front of the horse. Not to say that it's not real. Let me clarify that. I don't want people going, "Hey, Kurt, bashed our dealership." You cannot give a promotion out unless you've already set up the discounts on the car because the trade doesn't matter. A lot of times when we would do that, when I was running dealership, it was hopefully to get your vehicle in, but 9 times out of 10, you were getting less for your trade to make up for the discounts. Not to say that they're doing that. Let me clarify that.
Well, he just bought the one car not a few days ago.
Yeah. Then that.
It's kind of weird. He thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
It does sound crazy.
Well, it's an automatic generator. What they do is they put you in the system, and now you're part of whatever auto group. It doesn't matter. And they go, "Hey, we have somebody that would love to have your car." And they don't even realize you just bought it. It's an automatic response after you buy a vehicle or once you're in the system. So ignore it. Good morning to my sweet, beautiful cousin out in California, Valerie. Thanks, everybody, for joining back. Mr. Donnie Garrett, Michael A.
He said it was an offer for the car, not a discount.
Doesn't matter. There's always, if you just bought it a few days ago and just got home, there's always a hitch, in my opinion. I mean, to offer that up and you've only just bought it, I'm like, wait a minute here. Then why did they sell it? Then you just think what you could have bought it for if you had gotten that letter earlier.
But they didn't have the car.
Yes.
Line so that when we have a lot of phone calls,
okay,
you can still get the questions through the text line because I can see them and I can read them to you.
Okay.
People who understand what real service is all
Maddie,
about.
Can you turn
so log on to freemantoyota.com today.
Ignore
for a better way to.
Okay.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate it. I say honey. I say that too often.
Hmm. 214-787-1971, and our producer, the beautiful Maddie Gomez, let us know if the phone lines are busy. Text your question to 214-787-1971. If you don't want to call in, text 214-787-1971. Maddie will read your question over there, or you can call us at that number, 214-787-1971, if you want to come on live.
And I just posted it on our Facebook and YouTube feed, so you can see that number at 214-787-1971. Text or call.
Maddie, did you say we have a caller on the line?
Yes, we do.
And who do we have joining us on the Automotive Edge hotline today? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Okay, goodbye, caller. Hey, this segment of the show is brought to you by the great folks over at Grapevine Ford, home with a love it or leave it promise. We were just there last week, and they had another record Saturday. Why? Because of the discounts that are given on a new Ford. Whether it's the Mach-E, the Ford Lightning, the Broncos, the F-150s, the Ford Edge, Expedition, Explorers. Let me tell you, they are moving iron. Old car term. They are moving iron off the lot. The place, Grapevine Ford. They are the true home of the love it or leave it promise. No gimmicks, no games. You get the vehicle home, the wife, you go surprise, and she goes, uh-oh. Could you go back and get me the black one? Or could
The caller has
you go get me
called
the silver
back.
one? Guess what? Cameron Martin's going to take that vehicle back and put you in one do love. He wants you satisfied every time you're making that car payment, and when you tell people where you got it, he wants you to know that he wants you to tell them Grapevine Ford. Find them online, all their great specials and discounts, $10,000 off on F-150s, plus 1.9 for 72 months. The place, grapevine.ford.com. Matt, did you say something in my ear?
We got the caller back.
Okay, who do we have on the Automotive Edge hotline with us today?
Hey, this is Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I had a question for you. I was looking at some used vehicles. I've been looking at some old Land Cruisers from the mid-'90s.
Uh-huh.
And, just looking at those, a lot of them, of course, mid-'90s vehicles. I'm seeing mileage of about 175, 200 on these Land Cruisers. When looking at these, what I hear is that, you're able to go 300,000-400,000 miles on these. I wanted to know if you felt that was the case, and two, I'm seeing a lot of comparisons to the Lexus LX from those years as well. I didn't know if the Lexus held its value as well as the Land Cruisers from older the older vehicles.
Yep. Great question. Yes, they do hold their value. They're almost identical vehicles. The Land Cruiser, the Lexus is an upgraded version of the Toyota Land Cruiser. And when you look at a lot of your safari vehicles, a lot of them are Land Cruisers, the older Land Cruisers. And I've seen Land Cruisers, a buddy of mine traded his in with 505,000 miles. And
wow.
I don't know why they are so much different from so many other vehicles, but a lot of people that ranchers, people that do the different huntings on their properties. I have a buddy with an exotic ranch, and he has 4 90 model Land Cruisers that they take everybody out on. I don't think there's any of them on his property with less than 250,000 miles. And so,
wow, okay.
And the thing is, the key is what we call LOF. You know what that is?
No.
Lube, oiled, and filtered. You got to keep them, all the fluids clean on it. You got to keep good tires on it because tires are the most important part of it. And keep your filters clean. And those things are really, really good. And I'm sure you were kind of surprised what they're asking for some of them because they still have a decent value in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing mid-'90s about 20 to 25,000 if they're still kept in good shape.
That's right. And so, that's a good pick. And why that platform design and that product has done so much better than so many other products in the world, kudos to them. But you can't go wrong. Just make sure that, the vehicles haven't been wrecked and look them over real good and check the fluids. And if you keep the fluids up, you'll be just fine.
And tell them where you can go to maybe have it checked out.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're going to buy one of those, take it over to Driver's Edge. They do the $35 check it before you buy it. And just tell them I sent you, and they'll go headlight to taillight for $35 and tell you what you got.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Have a good weekend. If you take one out hunting or fishing or whatever, give me a call. Me and Bo would like to go.
Yeah. He doesn't own a gun, but I own a bunch of them, so I'll let him
And I've
borrow.
never gone fishing either, so you can help us both out, buddy.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971.
You can also text, too.
That's right. Text it over.
And Maddie will read the question.
That's right.
But we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. I mean, Kurt's kind of mean, but I'll show some love.
Wow. That's kind of brutal.
Well, he can be nice at times, especially if you're asking an Automotive Edge question.
Have you ever seen me mad?
Well, I've seen you get mad at certain situations, but I've never seen you mad at me or, you're always calm guy,
I'm a peaceful kind of guy.
But I know if something
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Something happened that last day or day before yesterday that you got a little upset over, and and rightfully so. Not saying that, but
I can be Papa Bear real quick.
Well, that's absolutely.
214.
It wasn't about Charmin either.
No, 214-787-1971. If you want to know where to go, who to see, what to do, doesn't matter the make or model, we've got a connection for you. It's really, really simple. You just got to pick up the phone and do it. 214-787-1971 or go to theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. We have 47 people out shopping yesterday and today from the show.
You could actually even ask the question on one of our pages that we're on right now, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, or even YouTube. Just ask the question. We'll read it out.
That's right. We make it simple. We make it easy. And here, we don't broker with you. We don't broker with the dealer. It's a free service. People say, how do you do that? Well, if you go to my sponsor page, we have a dozen sponsors that sponsor the show that frees me up all week to help you. And I've never, ever, ever double dipped, meaning I charge the sponsors X amount to be on the show, and I never double dip and charge you for your service. Never. I say if I save you time, volunteer. If I save you money, pay it forward. Somebody is in need out there somewhere, I promise you. We're going to take a break here in just a minute. When we get back, we got a whole lot to cover, and I'm going to give you an inside tip on why you should look at certain makes and models if you're looking to save the best and the most, and get out of your wheelhouse. So many people are just one line direct on cars, and I get it, but there's so many cool cars out there. Have fun just going out and test driving. You may come right back. You know, you've been a loyal Honda customer. I get it. There's Hondas at our home. You go out and test drive stuff, and a lot of people still come back to Honda. I have people that, you know, one guy called me up and he goes, if you talk to me anything except for this, I'm hanging up the phone. I get it. There's brand loyalty is still a big, big, big thing, but there's so many great vehicles. Just go out and test drive. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you any money. You don't need your Social Security number to test drive. Just go out and have fun.
And don't be afraid to do that. Just say you're testing cars. They want you to try their car. And we got to take a short break, so don't go away. You are tuned in to 97.1 The Freak. So don't go away. We'll be back shortly after this break. And you are tuned in right now, if you're streaming our show, to the Automotive Edge Radio Show, or you're doing that on YouTube at the Automotive Edge Radio Show channel. That's the Automotive Edge Radio Show channel. And then we're on our sister Facebook page at Shifting Gears.
I'm Jason Loing, new car director here at Eldorado Chevrolet.
Still got the radio on, Maddie.
Let you know right now, get $8,000 off of a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado.
Sorry. I think I went a little soon on the break.
Is that better?
Yes, thank you. Did I go a little soon on the break?
No, you were right on time.
Okay, because Kurt jumped off. He said, take us out. I'm going, okay, I don't know. He just took off, so I don't know where he went. But
Can you still hear the commercials?
No, it's all good now. It's all good.
Perfect.
Thanks. And Valerie Chase says, great shirt, Bo. Well, thank you. I like the shirt, too. It's advertising iHeart Radio and the Automotive Edge Radio Show. So I'm excited to wear that special today. We're here at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore in North Richland Hills. And are you going to play one of our special things when we come back, Maddie? We are on the break, and we are here every Saturday morning on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We're on two separate channels, or radio stations. We're on from 8 to 10 on 1190 AM KFXR, which is an iHeartMedia network station that's on the AM dial. You can actually find us by downloading the iHeartMedia app, searching 1190 AM. And then you'll find the show from 8 to 10. Then we flip to the other iHeartMedia network station from 10 to noon, and that's on 97.1 FM, The Freak. And if you have Alexa or an Echo, you can say, Alexa, go to
We have a caller on hold.
1190 AM KFXR or 97.1 FM. And guess what? We will be on. It's pretty interesting. We have a caller when we come back, too, by the way.
We have another caller calling in. Do you want me to put him on hold as well?
If they want to hold, that's fine. That's great.
Okay.
We got Ralph calling in.
I don't think she would probably say if it was Ralph. But that's pretty cool.
Do you have Alexa in your house?
I go, Alexa, go to 97.1 FM, The Freak.
You really do that?
Mm-hmm. And it goes there, and guess what?
I don't do Alexa. I don't understand.
Well, she don't like you either.
Yeah,
She told me. I
do
asked
Ralph
her.
first or the caller first?
Let's do the caller first.
Okay.
I have never used Alexa. I will never use Alexa.
I asked her if she liked you, and she said no.
She said no.
Yeah, I don't like
So
you.
she wouldn't respond anyway.
But
I could set the whole house up and she would still go, No.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
But it's kind
I'm not for everybody. If Lexa has a little beef with me, then so
Well, she
be
had
it.
a long dissertation. I said, Alexa, just turn it off.
She just kept going about Kurt.
Yeah, I said, just turn it off.
Not today, not tomorrow, not next year.
But
I'm on the Lexa blackball list.
But there's a lot of people that are, so all they got to do is say, Alexa, go to 97.1 FM, The Freak, and guess what? We're right there. That's all they got to do.
I got a buddy that is a lost soul because he comes up with the craziest stuff to talk to Alexa about. And I said, so you sit in your chair with that little machine. He goes, man, it is hilarious. My wife hates it. She'll don't get started. He goes, so Alexa, he comes up. I'm going, you have got to be kidding me.
Well, that's what the weather is. It'll tell you.
Yeah, but he goes off the rail.
Oh, starts talking stupid stuff.
Yeah, just. And I went,
am I good looking?
I'm going.
10 seconds.
You have a conversation with him, and his wife, she's just a doll. She goes, Kurt, it is the most pathetic thing. And I did promise him I'd never videotape it and put it on Facebook, but he really could.
We forgot that special thing. Dang it.
Yep. Bottom of the hour, no commercial.
No, we didn't get
no
anything.
Intro. Maddie. Did you forget us?
I'm sorry.
To say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com Flight 101. Please extinguish all cigarettes and cigars. Place your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelts. Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
3, 2, 1.
Warning. The information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline. Who do we have with us today?
Oh, Kurt, this is Robert.
Robert, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I got a 1969 Stingray that I bought from my dad, and it's just sitting in the garage. It's no survivor car, and I'm trying to figure out, I think it's time to sell it.
Well, no. Here's what you do, Robert. Just put that over and let it sit in my garage. I mean,
well, if you want to pay off my debt and do some home improvements, we can do that.
Well, he knows how to do that kind of stuff.
Well, I may come over and do some of the home improvements for that 69 Corvette. Okay, here's what you do. Kurt Chase at yahoo.com. That's Kurt. Send me the information with the VIN and about a half a dozen pictures. And I know people that love those old Corvettes. And send it with your name and phone number, and I'll get you at least 4 or 5 bids by Monday afternoon.
And that's Kurt Chase, Chase.
Yep, at yahoo.com. Give me about a half a dozen good pictures, the odometer, the front, the back, both sides, the motor, and the tires, and the VIN, your name and number, and I will get you some bids very, very quickly on that.
And that's K.
And I have cleaned up the block, and the numbers match the block and the VIN numbers.
Beautiful.
And that's
it's a running car.
Got it. And what part of town are you in?
I'm in Mesquite.
Got it. All right. Yeah, send me that information, Robert, and give me till Monday afternoon, and I'll get you a half a dozen bids on it.
All right, weather permitting, I'll get some pictures of it.
All right,
and that's
buddy.
KurtChase, Kurt Chase at yahoo.com.
All right, sure will. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Okay, I'm not going to do the home improvement now because he's not going to give me the car.
Yeah, he missed
what's
out.
What's up with that?
I think he
Come on, Robert, show some love.
I think he missed out on that because I know what kind of work you do. So.
That's right. Let's jump back to the Automotive Edge hotline and bring on Mr. Ralph Paul. Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Your CBD store, Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. I'm going to give out the phone number, 682-593-7299. It's always, we give out the phone number, but a lot of people want the website, so go to your CBD store, Keller.com. Ralph Paul and his family owned and operated is a brick and mortar on Main Street in Keller, but you can also do it online. because you'll take care of them if they just go online or order, because you take care of all the shipping and everything for them, huh, Ralph?
Yes, sir. You know, we're USDA approved, and we ship for free.
USDA approved organic. I mean, you are
Yes, sir.
the clean of CBD that you're putting in your body. But when people come into your store, they've never experienced CBD. What is the way that you guys communicate with the average consumer coming in that goes, hey, we don't know anything, we heard about it, tell me about CBD? What goes on with you and your staff about getting people acclimated to CBD?
Well, our corporate headquarters, our doctor has about 28 webinars to educate us on the products. But we have a lot of charts and graphs here at the store that we can actually, people can visualize exactly what the endocannabinoid system is and the different cannabinoids and things of that nature. So, the whole thing is the industry is not regulated. So therefore, there's a lot of junk on the market, and we pride ourselves on the highest quality of CBD. And we usually sample things with people. There's different products for different people. The weight is a factor. Metabolism is a factor. Severity is a factor. So, we have different strengths of products. And, the tincture, the oil is probably the purest form and gets in your system fairly quick and lasts the longest. But we have all the different products, the gummies. I know you like the CBG and your wife. That's more a focus, energy. Yep. I take it when I play golf, and I play much better golf. Keeps my head in the game.
We know the other day when we were both, Melinda and I were at your place, her arms and hands were hurting because she types 8-10 hours a day, and they gave her a little mixture of some of the tincture, and then you gave her the cream. She put it on her arms, and when we left, she looked over at me and she was pain-free. Now, we don't make medical claims. So we don't say ignore your doctor, whatever the case may be, but my hands were hurting, and I put the cream on my hands. You put some on hers. I had you gave me something to digest while I was there. We both left, and we got home. We were just laughing and go, man, more people need to know about the great things that an organic product can do for your body.
Absolutely. And, again, my wife and I have been retired for over 20 years, and it's just so rewarding listening to these great stories that we hear every day. So, it's just been a great experience, and we enjoy helping people. So, give us a call. We'd like to educate you and make your life better.
Yeah,
it's not about the health. It's not about the high. It's about the health.
That's right. And, Ralph and his wife are retired. They don't need to be doing this. And one thing that when I met Ralph and I got to know him, he says, Kurt, if I had the money to give this away, we just open the doors and give everybody CBD to help change their way of life. And that right there told me so much about Ralph and Carol, Chrissy, the whole staff there, is that it really is about helping. You listen to you folks talk to the consumers, and it's just absolutely incredible. Go to yourcbdstorekeller.com. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. Be sure to let Ralph know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, and just find out about it. Ralph, have a big day. I'll see you here in just a little bit.
You got it. Thank you, gentlemen. Keep up the good work.
You bet. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. I'm telling you, find out. They have QR codes on everything, so you know exactly what you're putting in your body. It's the cleanest form of CBD out there. And I take 3 products a day. My wife does. My son takes it. My dogs take it. And I've got over 40 friends now that are taking CBD that just can't believe it, especially that pain cream. Yeah. That's unbelievable. And you were going through your treatments, and you were going through. Carol sat down with you and gave you an outline of what you should be doing, and I know for a fact that it helped you.
Oh, it changed the outcome of what I was going through. I was doing chemotherapy, in case people don't know that, for a couple of years ago. And, all the side effects they were warning me about, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and I didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And I believe God was with me with that, but also I think CBD was a part of that too.
Yep.
So, those things do help. And I know a lot of people out there are suffering with some of these things like chemotherapy. They're going some issues, and get in touch with them, because I promise you it will help you through that process, and you don't have to get in, worry about some of the things that you're going to be dealing with. So your immune system will be down. They got ways to keep that immune system up. So if you're struggling with something like that, or going through a cancer treatment, you need to get in touch with them, because they will help you tons.
You're proven. 214-787-1971 is the number. When we get back,
we got time for a question.
Do we got a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is from MD Curtis. He says, what do you guys think about the new Mazda CX-90 or Mazda brand, period? It's a little too pricey for me.
The new CX-90, I took that thing out and I drove it like nobody probably will ever drive that vehicle. I don't know who bought the one I test drove, but God bless you. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's tested really well, so they should like it.
The new CX-90 is in my top 5 SUVs. Mazda has knocked it out of the park. And let me tell you about Mazda, a lot of people don't even think about. Back in the day to present, Mazda technology was on all the Ford Rangers, their motor transmissions. Mazda technology has spread across the industry. In fact, Toyota bought part of Mazda because their technology is so good. And Mazda really wants to move the needle on the quality and the luxury designs of their products. But I love that vehicle.
Well, they have done that. They want to be considered a luxury vehicle, and they have moved in that territory.
Yeah, they start off at $39,000 and go up from there. They are pricey. I mean, it's about $6,000 below what the average vehicle is selling for in that line, but I like everything about it. And they lease well, and they are a long-term vehicle. That is a good choice. And we have Tommy Melton out at El Dorado Mazda in McKinney. Just go see him and drive
30 seconds.
And then see if he's got any corporate vehicles or pre-owned that they got from factory or they had in loaner service, and see if there may be a better deal. But that's a great choice. 214-787-1971. Follow us on the Automotive Edge Facebook page, Shifting Gears, as well as YouTube. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm going to take a quick pause. Can you handle it?
So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And I hope that wasn't too vague, MD, but I really, really like that vehicle. I've got 6 I think I just delivered the 7th one a few weeks ago, and these are all referrals and family. They're going, hey, we want to try something different. We've owned this, this, and this. I said, drive the new CX-90. They're like, Mazda? I'm like, what do you mean Mazda? And people don't wrap their brain around that. Mazda has been one of the leaders in the auto industry for so many years for their transmissions and motors running forever and ever and ever. I mean, it is a great, great product. Their whole lineup. Mazda doesn't build a bad car. I mean, I remember when they had the Wankel out, and then they went with the rotary engine, and then where they are now, and everybody's been really appreciative or surprised of the quality. Yes, Maddie? You do? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, now they've I'm telling you, that thing is from an 18 to a 24. It's going to be much better. Much, much, much better. Yep, no doubt about it. But your dad needs to give you a manual transmission Integra. Yep. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to overwhelm him some more because I'm going by there Monday, and I'm going to push Maddie for a new manual transmission on Dad. No, you didn't. I'm taking it upon myself. We love you as a producer. You do a great job, and your dad should reward you with a new car. He should say, Maddie, I'm so proud of you that I'm going to give you a new car and a manual transmission. There's no doubt about it. I wish we could get him on the phone. We'd light him up and get him on live on radio doing
We'll
it.
light him up.
That's right.
Yeah.
We love lighting him up.
Yeah, I've gone in there the last couple of times. Old Dave's been a little bit stressed out, and it's so funny. I go around the desk and give him a hug and kiss him. All of his managers are like, "Man, we love it when you come in here."
What's he stressed out for? He's a
lovable guy.
I have no idea what he's stressed out about. He doesn't bring it home. I'll tell you that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, David,
he's one of my favorite people right there.
David's had 4 of my buddies at his house, and I've never been over there at David's house. Never been invited. And he talks about his green egg and this cooking and everything else. And all my buddies are like, man, you ought to hang out with David. I'm like, I don't get invited.
Did Maddie send you him dancing? Did you get that?
Oh, let me send it to you right now.
Oh, is that the one in the kitchen?
No.
Yeah, he's dancing in the kitchen.
I've got the video. I'll send to you of him dancing at my 60th disco party with your mom.
I have that one. My mom sent me that
you?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. He covered that whole dance floor.
We'll have to get him to dance when we go on the show with him one day down there. Get him to dance.
1 minute.
Dave can shake it up. He can. You're welcome, MD. You know, I was asked the other day, well, I'll bring this up about, when used car prices are going down. I'm like, never.
Never. They're playing the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Who? Morning. I don't understand this deal with the short britches.
Be happy. Tie water.
Skin tight slacks that are 4 inches too short.
10 seconds.
Back in the day, you used to go like, obviously you can't afford new pants, right? You've outgrown them. Now it's like,
What do you call them? Waders?
yeah,
High water.
Boo, 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 boo. Yeah. We're about to come back. Uh-oh. The mayor, hi, you too. Nice to be back in your world.
The mayor's home.
Says back. He's glad to be back in our world.
Mayor of Quail Valley Estates. 214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. This segment of the show is brought to you by El Dorado Chevrolet, 7-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. Does that mean they sell the most? No. That mean they sell a lot? Absolutely. But the bigger point is the satisfaction of their customers, whether it's new or pre-owned sales or service. The consumers love them. And now with all the highways and what do they call it, freeways and tollways, I can get to my house to El Dorado Chevrolet in no time, and I live on the other side of Dallas, between Fort Worth and Dallas. No time at all. So if you go, wow, McKinney, let me just tell you, it is worth the drive. $8,000 off before rebates. All $5,200 off on their hottest selling Chevy Equinox. 1.9 for 72 months on their Chevy Silverados, and on and on and on. The place, El Dorado Chevrolet McKinney, 380 and 75. Stop in and see Jason Lawing or Rusty or Jazz Gill and let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, and enjoy the way to find new roads in a new Chevrolet from El Dorado Chevrolet and McKinney. Online all the time at ElDoradoChevy.com. That's ElDoradoChevy.com. So before we go to break, we're going to run through some of the laws that are still on the books. And we do this twice because we kick off the Automotive Edge radio show actually at 8 o'clock in the morning on the sister station, 1190 KFXR.
That's the AM style.
And that's AM station. We roll all the way to noon. But we're just going to roll through this real quick because this is kind of a short segment. But if you're in the great state of Arizona, you cannot drive in reverse on public roads. So if you're going down the highway at 55 in reverse, that may be a problem for the popo there. I don't know, just thinking out loud. In Colorado, you can't drive a black car on Sunday. So everybody that's driving a black car.
I guess it's evil.
Yeah, you got to
Black is
borrow a
evil.
car, Uber to the grocery store. You can get a ticket. In Connecticut, fire trucks are not allowed to exceed 25 miles an hour on the way to a fire. So if you think you're going to have a fire, call ahead because they can't drive fast to get
Call
to
the
you.
day before.
Yeah, pretty much your house is going to be burnt down by the time they get there. In Georgia, you can't spit from a car, but you can spit from your truck. So all you snuff dippers, tobacco chewers, you can't drive a car and spit in Georgia.
Well, it is Georgia.
You got to go get truck. In Kansas, you cannot transport dead poultry in the state of Kansas. So you get pulled over, the popo going to get you for that dead poultry. I wonder if that means the chicken that you buy from the store, too, because that's dead poultry.
Toto,
they pull you over and go through your grocery sack, and he's got a chicken in here.
Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
In Kentucky. Wow. In Fort Thomas, Kentucky, Fort Thomas, your animal cannot molest your car. Now, I had to go back and look at this. I didn't think it was real, but if you're in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, your dog cannot molest your car.
I think they're talking about it the same way it might do your leg, I
don't know.
And it's over there doing your tire.
And then one that you need to be very careful of. Be very, very careful. If you're in Massachusetts, you cannot drive with a gorilla in the back seat. So for all of you gorilla owners in Massachusetts, and this is real stuff. You can't make this stuff up.
I'd just be cautious to be in Massachusetts in the first place.
So what we need to do, being the rebels that we are, is to get you in a gorilla suit or me and drive around Massachusetts see if we get pulled over. You want to do that?
I would love to see if that works.
We'll hook up our GoPro.
Oh, that
and ride around in a gorilla suit and just see if we get pulled over.
Dude, that would be awesome.
In fact, go to the police station in it.
And go like.
And ride around the police station until we get pulled over.
And you know what? Check the law. Like go in there. Hey, I got a grill in the back seat. Is that okay?
No, you have to say, is it still against the law?
Yeah. And then they probably won't even know it's the law.
Oh, they're going to ask for your ID and then do a breathalyzer.
Yeah, they're going to. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They don't care about the gorilla. They're going to worry about you then.
Yeah. Can you believe it's still on the books? And we got a whole lot more coming from you. Yeah. If you're not laughing, we're going to make sure you laugh. What about Florida?
Yeah.
Well, Wesley, I've got some laws coming up in Florida.
Yeah.
Next week that you need to be aware of, buddy. We're gonna we got you back. We're gonna make sure that you understand the laws in Florida.
I bet you they got the backward driving there too, probably. Maybe.
Oh, they got some really good ones.
Or an alligator. No alligators in the car.
Well, it's against the law to tie a live alligator to your roof in Florida.
Well, I would.
That is a true law.
Okay. Well, there. So
there's
go,
one
Florida.
for you.
There it is.
Yeah. So your pet alligator, Ralph. Don't tie him to the roof of the car because you could get a ticket. Yeah.
Well, there's a good one.
And they got a few alligators in Florida, don't they?
Oh, they got a lot of more.
I wonder what part of Florida Wesley's in. Do you know?
Wesley, where you at? What part of Florida?
Yeah, but take your pet alligators and just keep them on a leash. You can't put them on the roof of your car and go shopping. That's going to be a big problem.
Well, they might use them as protecting your vehicle. Like if you had a bad dog in your car.
That's something you could. Yeah, I didn't think about that. A security device.
Would you want to steal a car and have an alligator in there?
Well, on the roof, that'd be kind of entertaining.
Well, I still wouldn't want. That sucker liable to get off.
Yeah.
Get loose. Remember Don Johnson on the?
Yeah.
He had an alligator on the boat. I think nobody stole that sucker. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He's got alligator's head in my dash. Oh, that's funny.
That's right. Hey, I want to thank everybody that's hanging out with us on Facebook. Do you know if we're live or not?
Yeah, I know we're live. Well, I don't know about if we're alive. We're on. Have you checked your pulse if you're live? I know you've been struggling with your back today, so I don't know.
Well, hey, coming up, we're going to be talking about what's hot and where to go and what's not, where the premium dollars are going to be when buying an automobile and where the best deals are going to be because there's some phenomenal deals out there. And then we're going to be talking about there's some cars out there. If you want them, you better get them while they're hot because they are going away. And they won't be back anytime soon. Once people discontinue vehicles, it takes, let's just say that, another manufacturer goes all electric. For them to come back ICE, internal combustion engine, gas car, you couldn't believe how many years it's going to take to bring these cars back.
1 minute.
Because they have to set up the vendors, R&D, quality control, design, new platform teams, new assembly, on and on and on. And so there are some products out there right now that if you want them, you better grab them because going back is very, very, very doubtful or a long ways away. And we're going to be covering all those cars and what's happening here on the radio show. So we're going to Well, we're not quite.
She said we're about 30 seconds probably now, right?
I'm in Largo, Florida. I know where that is. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, a whole lot more information to share here on the Automotive Edge radio show on 97.1 The Freak, part of the iHeartMedia network. Follow us on YouTube, Shifting Gears, and the Automotive Edge. And let everybody know. Be sure to share and like, and then people know that, we have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of car, but I help you from hello to congratulations buying a new car. I've got 16 people to contact right when I get off air and send them to a dealer, and every one of them, they have my cell number, and we take them through the whole process to make sure they're taken care of.
And you can call us at 214-787-1971 or text your question to that number.
Yep. 214-787-1971, and Maddie will take care of that, and all the other questions Big Wheel Bo Carver will take care of. Let's take a quick break, introduce you to some great sponsors. Don't go away, because we'll be right back.
So Largo, is that near Key Largo?
Mm-hmm.
What about Mar-Largo?
That's, I'd love to go to Mar-a-Lago.
Isn't that where Trump's located?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're on a break right now here on 97.1 FM The Freak, here every Saturday morning from 10 to noon on this particular radio station. And we got a lot of people tuned in on our Facebook page, and we definitely want to thank y'all. We do shift the shutdown and everything after our first show from 8 to 10 on Talk Radio 1190. And it allows us to reboot because we change radio stations, and it'll send invites that we're back on again at a different location. And we do appreciate when y'all do jump back with us, and we pick up new different followers because people get up at different times on Saturday morning.
Yep.
Some get up at 6, 7 in the morning and join us early, and then other people join us late. And
well, for the people that want to get started early that are tuning in on 97.1, if you want to get up early and go hit the dealer before the place gets busy, join us at 8 o'clock in the morning on our sister station, 1190 KFXR, because we kick off then, and we can answer your questions and talk to you about where you're going and where you're headed for that automobile if you're not waiting till 10 o'clock to go.
Right.
Let's see what he has to say at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
We get started at 8 o'clock.
And Tay King, my bonus daughter, is watching. She may not want me to say that, but I'm saying it anyway because Purple Haze is out there with them today.
Yeah.
And I think she works till noon.
So you don't call her by her real name anymore, do you?
Who?
Purple
Haze? Purple Haze?
When's the last time you called her Barbara Ann?
I have to cow down. I have to honor the Purple Haze.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
She'll put you in a suplex?
I call her Barbara Ann sometimes. Yes, exactly right. That's why I respect.
Did you marry her because that was a famous Beach Boys song?
Barbara Ann?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Barbara Ann, and hers is Barbrianne, Barbrean.
That's the way it is. Brienne.
That's true. That's like that.
Brienne. Yeah.
It does do that, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, of course, I knew the song long before her because.
Yeah, but it was kind of an additional attraction.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That you could sing about her.
Yeah, I could sing to her, and
you didn't have to make up a song.
I didn't have to write a song. She keeps mad at me because I haven't written a song about her. I'm going like, I don't know, man.
Yep. I always want Barbara Ann to be my friend.
You'll definitely want Barbara Ann on your side.
Yeah. Anything happens, she's my first round pick.
Well, that was one of the reasons I got attracted to her because I saw that in her. And I needed security when I was playing in the bands.
I remember the first time I smarted off. That wasn't a real good move. I've never done it again.
What was that?
It was a while back, and she looked at me and she goes, "Seriously?" And just the look on her face, I went, "You know what I said? No." So one of those things where you automatically know you took the wrong
when
step,
you were a kid,
or you opened the wrong door.
Yeah, exactly. No.
She goes, "Seriously?" I went, "No."
Yeah, that's for sure.
And she just kept looking at me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this lady's going to just
50
beat
seconds.
Me up."
She's going to be like Superwoman jumping in that gear, like Superman jumped into his
I still remember. She goes, "I can't believe that come out of your mouth." I said, "Whatever it was, I apologize." I gave her a big hug. Look, you're my first round pick.
No doubt. Definitely want her on your team.
That's right.
So she's out in Nacogdoches and
Neck of nowhere.
yeah, beautiful. It sounds like I think that's considered the oldest city in the in Texas. It's one of the oldest, if not is the oldest.
Well, that's where, many years ago,
seconds.
that's where they come up with neck of nowhere.
Right,
You're in nowhere.
You're out there nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is, some old joint from way back when.
Well, it's beautiful out there. I know that.
Yeah, those
we
pictures
need to go
you
out
sent
there
me.
in that treehouse again.
Yeah, the pictures you sent me were fantastic.
That was it? What happened? Well, that started good. What happened?
I don't know.
Well, that was the right one.
Hello, this is your pilot speaking. We're currently taxiing out to the runway and getting ready for takeoff. I don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Two 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. This segment of the show is brought to you by Driver's Edge Auto Repair. They've been a sponsor of ours for over 20 years. They don't winterize. They don't summarize. They only do the work that's needed. We just got through launching their newest store out in Garland.
Oh, what a great story.
Boy.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely beautiful. And they take care of business out there. They got a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty. They sell tires, and they tell you whatever you hear from some of these big advertisers on TV, get that written order and bring it to them. They're going to beat it. They're not going to match it. They're going to beat it. They are in the tire business. The place, go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com for a location nearest you. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. And remember, if you're buying that pre-owned automobile and you don't know anything about cars, you call one of the local places that's nearest to you. Go to mydriversedge.com. There's 21 locations, 22, I think 22 now. And say, hey, I was listening to Automotive Edge. I want the $35. Check it before you buy it. They'll give you a time. You pick up the car. You take them. They're going to go headlight to tail light and tell you what needs to be done today, tomorrow, next month, next year, which is a great negotiating tool when you go to buy the car. And you wouldn't believe how many people have done one of two things. They've gone back to the dealer or the owner and said, hey, I'll give you this for the car because it needs this. And they say, okay, or the dealer goes ahead and repairs it and fixes it themselves and gives it to them. And then you take that work order back to Driver's Edge, let them do the work, and they're going to give you a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on it. The place, mydriversedge.com. So phone lines are open, 214-787-1971.
Call or text.
Call or text. So here's what's going on. There's a couple of car brands that are losing dealers left and right. So if you're looking for an ICE car, internal combustion engine, gas car, I don't know why we went to ICE cars. I mean, they're always throwing something out there, How about a gas car?
A regular old engine. How about that?
That's right. When you look at the Buick stores, they are losing ground very, very, very quickly. The Buick stores have lost, going from January 1, 2023 to January 1, 2024, they've lost 986 franchises. I'm sorry, 896 that said we're not going all, because Buick's going all electric. And so a lot of the franchises are like, wait a minute, we just built these facilities, or we have this facility. We're not going to spend millions more here. You can have it back. We don't want it. Same thing with a lot of Cadillac dealers, over 200 in the Cadillac stores went, hang on a second here. We're out. We're not going to take, and they had 500, get this, 567, now they have 170.
Wow.
Corporate stores. They've lost 200, over 230 stores.
Wow, that's
and so they don't have a problem with that. They're saying, well, hang on a second. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to take and have, I take that back. They've lost, the first number was wrong. Those are corporate stores. They have 231 dealers that went, here, you can have the franchise back. And so they've taken the names down. Jaguar. I got a bunch of buddies that were GM of Jaguar, and they took the sign down. And now most of them had Jaguar Land Rover. because it's all owned by Tata Motors, Kia, Hyundai, Jaguar, Land Rover, and they took the Jaguar sign down and made it certified pre-owned Land Rover.
Wow, there you have.
And they're going, we're not spending the money. We're not going in all electric. We just don't. And here again, before you start sending me those dirty, filthy, nasty emails about being green, let me just tell you, there's no such thing as carbon neutral. We're saying we need electrification, and we need to get all the greenhouse gases down. None of this is true. None of it is true. It's not true. You cannot be carbon neutral. You cannot be carbon neutral. Let me clear that out real quick. If you think we can, call me, 214-787-1971, and tell me how we can be carbon neutral. At any point between now and, when God comes a-calling, it's just, Al Gore started this thing. We knew that he couldn't be elected president, so he came up with the scheme of going green and become worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he scared the American people. He created the Chicken Little syndrome. The sky is falling, and it's not. And if we do what the wackadoodle-doos want to do, you're going to start killing off the trees, the plant life, and you're going to send a message to the world that's not good. It does not work. But saying that, Jaguar gas cars are still some available. You still have the Buicks that are available in gas. You still have Cadillacs that are available in gas. Get them now, because after 2024 build-out, they're gone. And I have a lot of people going, what's going to happen? I don't have that crystal ball, but I'm telling you, they're going the wrong direction.
So
my thoughts.
So we've had bailouts before to the automobile manufacturers. What caused that? And number two, how long is it going to be before we have to bail these guys out?
I don't know.
What was before? Answer the question before. Why they bailed them out before? What happened that these manufacturers had to be bailed out the last time?
Oh, the economy was just crashing. It was in bad shape. There were so many factors that the manufacturers went, we're done. We're going belly up.
Can't sell the cars, right?
Yeah, the assembly, there were so many factors involved in the money. So the government bailed out the big three.
All three. I was going to say, they're the big three.
And one paid back all the money. And the rest of them were going, well, when our stocks hit this,
do you know which one it was that did that?
Yes. And they said, let our stocks hit a certain amount, and then we'll go back to it. Well, those loans never got repaid. And here's the thing. The government doesn't have any money to loan out. They don't. Do you see that they just gave, $680 million to a battery company? Now, I want you to think about this.
I heard that.
$680 million, and in 1 year they were bankrupt. Mm-hmm. Where did the $680 million go in 1 year? No one's being criminally held liable, and I guarantee you when you backtrack it, you're going to find out the wackadoodle-doos in Washington signed off on that deal, and no one's being held accountable, and $680 million is gone. You back up to when Obama was president. This has nothing to do with saying Obama was a bad president. Congress got together and said, hey, there's this company called Batteries 123, and they showed everybody walk, oh, my gosh, look at this. They were gone in a year. $600 million gone. And I'm going, y'all need to be careful with this electrification, because there is no carbon neutral ever going to happen in my lifetime or your lifetime or even in our children's lifetime. And if you think that we can be carbon neutral, please call me, 214-787-1971, because you're way smarter than me, which most people are, and see what your thoughts are on it. 214-787-1971.
Well, my question is, when do you think that the government's going to have to bail out these ones that are doing that? 3 years, 2 years?
I try not to think about that.
Well, I know, but
I know. So to put a number on it.
You think they will bail them out? If they've gone all EV and they don't make it and they go in the toilet, do you think our government will bail out an all EV dealership? I mean, a manufacturer.
They're going to go, depending on who it is. Some of these companies are so big and powerful that they can see what's going on and start weaning themselves back
Try to make up the difference.
Hybrid and ICE and get it back into the marketplace.
Right.
But the problem is that the government, we had 43 vehicles that qualified for the 7,500. Now there's only 18. And that number is going to shrink again when this stuff is coming out. You look at the EV, the new Volkswagen bus. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
The van. Let's call it the van.
Right.
Well, they already said we're only building it in Germany. It's not coming to the United States to be built. We're going to ship it here. Well, you have to look at all the components that are in this thing, and they said when it gets here, it's going to sell out. Isn't it funny? A Volkswagen van can come here and completely sell out, but you have some of the best products in the world with the Odyssey, the Carnival, and the Sienna, and there's inventory.
Right.
But I guess it's that nostalgic VW.
Yeah, like the back in the day, the 60s van, everybody lived in them and went to the
surfboards on the roof.
Yeah, no doubt.
Peace stickers all over them.
Fantastic. It was like the greatest thing.
Yeah, so some of the manufacturers are going to be smart enough and start going, hang on a second here. Let's go hybrid electric. Let's go this. Let's go that, and start working our way back. And I think that a lot of the manufacturers are going to see the writing on the wall much, much quicker, hopefully, than the government going, okay, instead of 7,500, we're going to give you 10,000, then 12,000, then 15,000. You're going, hang on a second.
Just give me the dadgun thing.
Yeah. And the thing about it, it's not the government's money. Remember that. Yeah. When we hear that the government is writing all these checks and handing out all this money, it's not the government's money. We are funding our own problems.
Mm-hmm.
We the people, are the bankers. Not the people in Congress. We are the bankers. And we just have terrible tellers.
Yeah,
they're just handing it out. You don't even need a deposit slip or nothing. Just here.
It's like having your bank account turned over to my mom that might have Alzheimer's, and she'd go, "Hey, here you go. Here's some money.
Enjoy it."
No, I ain't got any.
So here's the thing: your Best Buys out there right now for the biggest discounts, the biggest savings, and some of the lowest APRs. Are pickup trucks. By far, pickup trucks. They are...
there's some good deals on them, too.
Yeah. So, with that, I mean, on the average pickup truck, you got $10,000 off. You look at a lot of the domestic products, and they think, well, they're giving away all this money on domestic products because they don't compete with the imports. That is so not true. They want more of their product out there, so they're giving really good deals right now for you to see the quality, like the Chevy Equinox, one of the best-selling SUVs out there. $5,200 off at Eldorado Chevrolet. It's not because it's a bad product. They want more people in their products, and then all this stuff will balance itself out, and everything will be fine. 214-787-1971. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Huh? And thanks, everybody, for being a part of our Automotive Edge radio show here on Saturday mornings, and the people that are part of our Facebook journey. We do appreciate that. It's very honorable to have you part of our broadcast. We're on the Automotive Edge radio show Facebook page. You might be joining us on the Shifting Gears, or you can also, we're sharing it to our personal pages. Kurt Chase personal page. I've got two that is on my Bo Carver personal page and my Bo Don Carver personal page. And then we're on YouTube. So if you want to join us, if you know some folk that don't do Facebook or social media, have them go to YouTube and search the Automotive Edge radio show. The Automotive Edge radio show, and they will find us. All the shows are archived. They're archived either on Facebook or they're archived on YouTube. So let's get the word out. We're trying to help folk here every Saturday morning with all of their automotive needs, where they're buying something or they're selling something, or where they need body work or mechanic work or tires or whatever the case may be. We're here to try to direct them in the right direction so they can get the right product with the right dollar, and that's what we're here for. Charles Davis says, are we getting any rain there? Well, they're talking about it later this afternoon. We got it the last couple of days. I know yesterday.
Almost 2 inches.
I know. Did you get a bunch too?
Oh, wait. It was funny. They put my new shed in, and he put it on wooden blocks.
Right.
And I called the home office. I said, hey, we got a problem here.
Yeah, the wood.
I said, what happened to my concrete platform? And she goes, it's on the... Oh. This guy came out by himself. This is an 8-foot by 8-foot tough shed. And I remember when I moved mine across the backyard, he brought out those big 4-inch PVC pipes, slid them up underneath there, rotated that thing by himself.
Right.
And then jacked it up and put them concrete blocks. And where the wood was, every one of them were like 3 inches deep.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to sink.
So I said, hang on a second. So I had some pea gravel, filled in all the spots, and then he put these big 14 by 14 inch concrete
right.
blocks.
That's what you got to have.
The pressure treated, that can handle the weight. And so I filled the shed. They came 5 days early. I had to empty the shed, put it underneath the awning. Then it started raining, then moved it to the garage. And then he got it up, and then we loaded it back in the shed so everybody could get in the garage. I'm like, man, oh, man.
So now they still got to come do the
I tell you what, for a 64-year-old fat guy, I sure did get in shape real quick just moving the shed around.
Oh, no doubt. So did they get it on blocks finally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're good to go now.
Yeah, we're good to go. And I painted it myself. It looks real nice.
Oh, sweet.
I was going to do a two-tone thing, but after I painted it the first time, I went, I'm done. I don't care. Yeah,
get it over
I was going to do all the trim in white. I'm like, no, this is fine.
Did you do a spray paint or did you?
By hand.
Oh, well, man, it's so easy to spray it nowadays.
I ain't got a sprayer.
You should have called Barbara Ann. They say you can use one of those pump sprays and it'll work.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it with that?
I have. I do my fence that way. When I stain it.
I wouldn't even believe it that it would work like that.
You get the big 5-gallon sprayer, and I'll fill that thing with
30 seconds.
Pump it and go.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep, and then you take Dawn, and you fill it with Dawn, and you keep running that with hot water, and it'll clean the whole thing right out.
Wow. That's cool. I got to get Barbara Ann on painting some stuff. It's time for her to paint.
I wonder if I could put straps on and put it on Melinda's back and get her to do the fence.
She would.
No. She'd try for a short amount of time.
All right.
Charlie Day, yeah, we are a little bit. Good morning, Gary Matthews. You know Alan Carver?
He's just a carver.
He's just a carver.
But any carver's a great...
He looks about 20 years younger than you, and he's your big brother?
Any carver's a great carver. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Alan, for
whether you're carving meat or carving stone or just being a carver.
That's it.
Hey, 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. This segment of the show is brought to you by the great folks.
Where?
Highly accurate. I was waiting for you to say something. You weren't even going to play.
I was just waiting. I'm stuck here.
Highly accurate Fort Worth. My buddy David Gomez. They do have the Integra. They do have an manual transmission. The RLX, the TLX, the MDX, I-Spec, A-Spec. They got it all. And you know what? There's a way to buy sport luxury, and then there's the highly way. Go over and see David Gomez, General Manager, Managing Partner at Highly Accurate Fort Worth. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. Give him a call and let him show you how. I'm telling you, these are things that are just fun to drive. They say, everyone says, Kurt, why do you say luxury sport car? Because it's got all the luxury, but the thing drives like a sports car. Got all the luxury features and benefits. But I'm going to tell you what, the way those Acuras drive and handle, because many years ago, I had the Acura Legend. I had an Integra, and then I upgraded to the Legend. And when I sold that car, it had 300-something thousand miles on it. I mean, those
had one
cars.
Not too long ago, too.
I did.
You hate to get rid of that.
Why do you have to bring that up?
Purple Haze said she didn't like you anymore after giving up that car.
That was one of the nicest cars I've ever had.
And I'm driving an Acura, too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Purple Haze is.
I had that big sedan, the RLX, and it was that strawberry red with the white leather.
That thing was bad to the bone.
Everything about it. And
you tried to get it back.
I did. I traded it, and then I wish I hadn't of, and I called the owner up, and I says, hey, you want to sell it? And he goes, yeah, for this. I said, you paid this? He goes, you're right. How bad do you want it? And I went, he goes, who are you? I said, I'm the original owner. He goes, yep, you messed up, buddy.
You sure did.
Yeah, he wanted to make a $5,000 profit on me.
Well, that's what happens when you make bad decisions.
It was a bad decision.
And that's what we're trying to get you not to do here on the Automotive Edge, to make bad decisions.
Like they say, don't do what I do, do what I say.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was not such a good thing. But the place, go to highlyaccurate.com. That's highlyaccurate.com. Right down here at 35 and 820, take the Riverside exit. As for David Gomez, let him know you're listening to the show. And I'm telling you, It is luxury sport at its best. I enjoy the heck out of driving those cars, every one of them, because I like the luxury features, but also like to drive really fast. There's nothing slow about how I drive.
And Purple Haze does the same thing.
Yeah.
And that ILX she has.
So you get something with all the goodies and bells and whistles, and it'll get you from A to B or A to Z real quick. Highly Acura of FortWorth.com. Let's see here. Let's flip over. Golly, it's already 11:30. I want to get to some Q&A that I've been getting some phenomenal questions. A couple things real quick. Where did all the two doors go? There's a very, very minimal market now. The only two doors that are working are sports cars, your Corvettes, your Challengers, your Mustangs, Camaro, which your Challenger and Mustang are going away this year. And then you have to go into your sports car, extra luxury sport with your Porsche, Aston Martin, Bentley, on and on and on, all of these different cars. And that's really where you're going to find your two doors. It's just not that big of a demand unless you're a sports car enthusiast or you just happen to like, because, they make the Mustang in a six-cylinder, they make the Camaro in a six-cylinder, they make the Challenger in a six-cylinder. If you just like, I like the old school. I'm an old school at heart. I love old school music. I love old school cars. But it's great that you can get an old school look, which a lot of those have, with the modern technology. But it's just not that, there's not that big a demand anymore. People are saying, is Honda or this coming out with anything? And right now, no, it's all sedans and SUVs. Let's jump into some Q&A real quick. Do you think the recovery system and contracts are a good investment with the purchase of a new car? Yes, but here's the kicker. Which one are you buying? Is it a 5G where they can really find the cars? There's some products out there, and I can let you know if you go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and send me your number, because I don't advertise these people on air. But there's some that there was a couple of Hellcats stolen, and they actually found them in a garage way down at the bottom of the garage on the border, getting ready to hit the border, and they found them. There's some tracking devices that once they pull into one of those big concrete garages, you're not going to know where they are. Then there's other that get out of a certain range, and you're not going to know that they're on the other side of the border or at a chop shop or wherever the case may be. And a lot of these thieves, a friend of mine, he had two Corvettes stolen off his lot, and guess what was sitting on the patio? The anti-theft wiring. It was so obvious. They knew right where to go pull it and get it. And so there's some companies out there that hide it very well and put two units on there. So if they think they got the one, there's a backup unit where they can still keep tracking. And then you have the software, like on my phone. I have a system on my truck, and I can tell you everywhere that truck's going, and it's got the 5G. So you do your research. And there is a limit to how much you should be spending on that. We can discuss that off the radio, because I don't endorse any of those products live, but I can tell you what my opinion is on the best one. What determines a need for a cosigner? Great question. You know what? There's a lot of first-time buyer programs out there. There's college graduate programs. There's first-time buyer programs for people that have no derogatory credit, have high revolving credit or good revolving credit. They've never skipped a payment. They own, I have people that own homes and a bunch of different things, never bought a car, got over 700 beacons, and some of them needed cosigners. Some of them haven't. They really take a look at your debt to ratio when you're a first-time buyer. How much debt do you have coming in versus how much pay do you have going out? So there is, most cosigners are for kids that have nothing. I have people sometimes that are 35 and 40 years old going, hey, I don't have any car credit. I need a cosigner. Well, that's going to be up to the bank if they're going, hey, how come you're 35 years old and don't have any car credit? Well, let me tell you how many people just pay cash for everything. I got a buddy growing up, he never bought anything unless he had the cash to buy it. And he's got a couple of credit cards to keep his score up. And so whatever he pays, on the end of the month, it's paid off. And so they pulled his bureau and go, man, this guy is so, and he doesn't even have a car credit. Well, he pays cash. Well, he still wound up, once they saw the history in his job time and residency, he didn't need a cosigner. But most of the time, it's for your kiddos 17 to, actually 18, because they can't sign under 18. 18 to 25, they're in college, whatever. And the bank looks at it and goes, hang on, they're a college student, they don't have any income, you're going to need a cosigner. You're not a college student, but you have minimal income that when you look at what you're paying in rent and everything else, it doesn't qualify for the payment. Then mom and dad or whoever need to jump on board and cosign to make sure that payment gets taken care of. So a lot of times first-time buyers are ones that have no credit, and their income is so tight that they're concerned about them paying it, and they want a cosigner. Is there really a bad color to buy if you trade often? No. There's not. I always say, you know what my mantra is? There's a butt for every seat. And most of the exotic colors are gone. Your purples and your yellows, and you're only seeing that really on your Chargers, Challengers, and Camaros. And then there's some really unique colors on the Corvette, but that's a very segmented market. But if you have a yellow car, you have a green car, if you have one of the old purple trucks, if you have one of the old purple Mustangs, there's a buyer for that car. It's just finding the right dealer to trade it in, knowing they can flip that car really quick. But is there a bad color? Absolutely not. Stick with factory brand tires or go with recommended tires? What do you think, Bo?
Well, we've gone through this before, and I know that maybe the brand necessarily doesn't matter. Sometimes it may, but you should probably stay with the size at least.
Yeah.
You know, the size. I know that David Gomez says it's a tire's a tire's a tire. So as long as it kind of fits the recommended size that's on there, I think that's the most important thing. Although you experienced one time you went a different brand and a high dollar brand, and it didn't work real good for you, did it?
No, I changed to some very expensive tires, and they're always nice when you drive off. Kind of that euphoria.
They look pretty.
You clean your car. I mean, you do your own home detail,
right? And
you get in the car, and it's like man, this thing drives so much better. I mean, and so when you get the new tires
but new tires are good. No, in fact, one of the things you say is one of the most important things on a vehicle is what? Tires.
Yep, it is. No doubt about it, the tires. And so when you go to a tire company, they put in all the options, but it doesn't mean the options are going to work.
Right.
So I changed to a very nice highway tire. They were expensive, and I drove it 50 miles, and I went back and went, these are horrible.
Right.
Horrible.
But wouldn't mean that the tire was a bad make.
Right.
Brand.
It just didn't work with the car.
It wasn't working good with the vehicle.
So I went back to the Continentals, and they gave me a discounted amount on the tires, even though they had 50 miles on them. They're still used tires.
Right, of course.
And got me a good deal on what was originally on it. Drove like a Cadillac.
So the answer to that question is,
be careful what you're putting on your car because it may not work.
And
I would find out is they're trying to say, how many cars have you sold of these tires that have not been brought back? And that's going to be hard to get that honest answer.
Right.
But if you like the tires that are on it, stick with those tires. 214-787-1971. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay.
What did she say?
Text line. Got a lot of questions coming in on the text line.
She going to read some?
Yeah, we need to keep.
Oh, well, she just needs to interrupt us and let us know we got them.
Well, I wanted to make sure you wanted them to be read on air because I wanted to read them to you
Wasn't that
first.
rude for him to say that?
Well, no, but
That was really rude, Bo.
No, I'm not being rude, Maddie. You just need to say it.
Maddie, did you find that rude?
I guess.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I guess I'll be
No,
left out of the group picture then.
You know what I'm saying? You and I need to promote the text line.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
I'm going to be left out of the group picture.
Oh, you will.
So
We'll Photoshop you right out of it.
Just interrupt to say, hey, I've got a few texts
No,
to
it's
read.
going to be
or
me and
what.
Maddie.
Just
I feel like that's rude though if I interrupt if you're mid-thought. I have to wait till a good time.
Well, you can do that, can't you? I do. I wait for him to finish.
No,
his
interrupt
long
us. If we
distance.
got somebody texting or calling in, always interrupt us.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first text. It says, Kurt, you mentioned that pickup trucks have all the value. I get intrigued. Are Honda Ridgelines considered trucks? If so, where are the extra incentives? Is it because it's Honda? And the other question is, I've been
are
on
you
the
going to read
fence.
these online?
You're going to have
where
to
I
read
can
them
answer
online. We're not going to be able to remember that.
Yeah.
Of course, but I wanted to read them to you first.
Okay.
Okay.
What was
the
the
other
second one?
I've been on the fence about trading my 2020 Chevrolet Silverado that's paid for at El Dorado for New Colorado. For a New Colorado, they don't seem to have any in stock. Just curious why. I understand it's probably every dealership, but just asking. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll
Got it.
get to those when we get off the break. And don't forget, it's the bottom of the hour.
I will not forget this time. I will not forget this time.
I just want to see that.
That's twice he's hit you with a couple of zingers there, Maddie.
I love
I'll let
Maddie.
it slide
She's-
because I did forget twice.
Well, I don't know. I know things get away from us. So when are we going lunch? What's a good day for you, Maddie?
I think they have me in next Wednesday and Thursday here at the studio, but I'm free Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Fridays are good, huh?
Take care, Wesley Stewart. Always enjoy having you with us, brother. Have a fantastic weekend. Let's do Tuesday.
I got a doctor's appointment Tuesday, but
just tell them they'll do the lobotomy next week.
Well,
the lobotomy?
Yeah. They're highly recommending that right now. So they don't want to put it off any further.
Yeah, he's a case study for the next up-and-coming doctors.
Why don't we do Friday? What's wrong with Friday? I don't know. He can't think Friday. Are you having to take care of somebody Friday?
That's fine. I don't plan anything on Fridays.
Or you're not having to take care of somebody Friday, right? It's not your turn?
I've got the first of the week.
First of the week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get together Friday, Maddie.
What time Friday? Lunchtime?
At the bottom of the hour.
At the bottom of the hour? Which hour?
It's up to you.
I say at the top of the hour, but we can meet on the 15th.
The quarter after?
Or the 45?
Yeah, those are the 15s.
The 15 or the 45?
You have 45 seconds.
We'll have to figure out where we can go towards her way so she don't have to come our way. Maybe meet halfway.
So guess what he was for Halloween?
Halloween? I would say Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Uncle Fester. And he walked with it. He had a battery-operated light and and he put it in his mouth, and it was lit up like he did on the Addams Family. It was hysterical.
He looks just like him already. He didn't even have to wear
He had on the long gray thing with the high collar and the lit bulb in his mouth. I was like, give him the award.
There's no
10
doubt.
seconds.
Yeah.
No doubt. Right there.
Yep.
Perfect.
It was best. Had his face all white with the black around the eyes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, winner.
We would like to take this time to say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com Flight 101. Please extinguish all cigarettes and cigars. Place your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelts. Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
3, 2, 1.
Warning. The information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Remember Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. We're here today. We'll be here for about another hour, getting everything all wrapped up. But you know what? They're going to be here until 9 o'clock. Come on out. The inventory is beautiful. I can't tell you nothing. The CRV, the HRV, the Honda Odyssey, which is, you can keep your man card and drive this. This is an incredible vehicle. Obviously, the Honda Accord, the Ridgeline, they are loaded with inventory, which means what? Means there's some really fantastic savings for you, whether you're buying or leasing, new or certified pre-owned, all at one place. Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, NorthRichlandHills.com. So, Maddie, we got some text questions. Why don't you fire away with number one?
Yeah. So the first one is, Kurt, you had mentioned that pickup trucks have all the value. I get intrigued. Are Honda Ridgelines considered trucks? If so, where are the extra incentives?
Yes.
Is it because it's Honda?
It is a pickup truck. It's the resale value on this thing is absolutely phenomenal. I've got a half a dozen people right now that only lease Ridgelines. They don't need a full-size truck. They're looking for a mid-size truck, but this is actually a little bit bigger than a mid-size truck.
It is, definitely.
And the towing capabilities, everything about this vehicle is absolutely fantastic. I would have one in my driveway at a heartbeat. If I didn't haul the things that I do because I need the full-size truck, I'd put a Ridgeline. When it first came out, I thought it was really ugly. I wasn't really sure what Honda was doing. And boy, have they refined, redesigned the drive, the handling, all the amenities and goodies. So yes, it's a truck, and the resale value on it is absolutely fantastic because it's not a in the mid-size truck, it's not mass produced, and which means that it's going to hold its value. But the residuals, what Honda put on these things, are absolutely fantastic.
And it's a Honda.
And it's a Honda. You got another one for us, Maddie?
I do. The second one is I've been on the fence about trading my 2020 Chevrolet Silverado that's paid for at El Dorado for a new Colorado. They don't seem to have any in stock. Just curious why. I understand it's probably every dealership, but just asking. Thank you.
Okay. The Colorado is the hot deal right now. The Chevy dealers are selling out very, very quickly. The best thing to do would go see Jason Lawing, because you realize I have several Chevy stores that they may be able to pull from. If not, he can tell you what's coming in, when it's going to be here. And because the Colorado's been off the hook. Now they offer all the different off-road versions. And the other thing, too, about the Colorados, are so many cool things that you can add to it, add to the design, add to your off-road capabilities. Or, if you just want to put different cool options on it, there's so many things that GM's made available to the Colorado. But Jason Lawing at El Dorado Chevrolet, call him and say, hey, I've got the Silverado. It's paid for. I'm thinking about a Colorado. I'm looking for this, this, and this. And he will tell you the availability. If not, if you order one, how soon it can come in. I think we have 7 or 8 vehicles that they actually went in, designed the truck the way they wanted, and it will be here, 6 to 8 weeks. So, yeah, I like the Colorado.
And let them know that Kurt Chase and Bo Carver sent them from the Automotive Edge. That helps, too, when you do that. So, you can call them ahead of time. See if they've got call Jason and say, I want to speak to Jason Lawing at El Dorado Chevrolet and see what they've got before you go.
Yep.
And I'm sure he can take care of you and maybe special order, because I know they do that, and get you what you want.
Yeah, it's it's really cool because ordering cars isn't like it used to be. Ordering cars now is a really cool process.
Well, they didn't really want you to do that back in the day, did they?
No, you know what the old cliche in the car business used to be?
What?
Sell what you can see, don't see what you can sell.
Okay, there you go.
And I'm telling you what, I had a boss that I said, these people want to order a vehicle. I got 300 cars.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'd start curse snatching.
Even though it wasn't the one
You're
they
a weak
wanted,
salesman.
they're trying to push you.
You go sell them something
else, right?
Or I'll get another salesman. I'll tell you, we'll go get another salesman. And then they'd come back and go ahead and order the truck.
Right.
Or car, whatever it was. But now it's actually different, because if you think about it, when COVID hit, most of the cars that were coming in were pre-ordered.
Exactly.
They would say, okay, Bo, what do you have coming in? You'd pull in your sheet. I have all these cars allocated. Okay, pull this one out for me. Okay, do you have one coming in blue? No. Okay, then they'd get with the manufacturer. I need it in blue. And then,
they put your name on it.
And a lot of people are still okay with that process. Some people go, man, I don't want to wait another year or 6 months. Well, it doesn't take that long to build it. And so ordering the cars is not a bad thing to do.
At one point, it was like about 6 weeks or so. Is that still about right?
It depends on what it is. 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
Depends on what it is.
Of course.
There was a backlog of diesels for a long time, and now the diesels are starting to come in. When GM put the diesel in the Tahoe and Suburban, and it was only a $900 upgrade where it used to be a $4,000 upgrade.
Flying off the shelf.
And they're still hard to get. So there are some products out there that are still doing very, very well. It's just get with me and let me get with the dealer, because a lot of times they're going, oh, you want to order this or you want that, and you wind up paying more than you should when it comes to ordering a vehicle. And some manufacturers, depending on the vehicle, will go ahead and lock in the incentives when you order it. Correct. So when it comes in, they'll go ahead and give you the 1.9 for 72 or whatever the case is. And for the longest time, there was a lot of them that are doing it because they want that order bank full, and they want to know as these vehicles are coming out. They would much rather build cars that are being pre-sold than ones that are just going to sit on the lot. I promise you.
No doubt about that. And Maddie, thanks for reading those texts. And if you don't like to call in or you can't call in, maybe you're tied up with something or driving, or have somebody text it for you if you're driving. But if you don't like to make the phone call or like to talk on air, then you can text your question, just like Maddie read, to 214-787-1971. So that way we'll get your question answered without you having to make the phone call.
Right. 214-787-1971. Here's one. The best cars to lease. Right now, I would just tell you this. Previously, I could just tell you a bunch of them. Times have changed. Now there's a lot of products out there. I was looking at some the other day. I went across the board. I looked at 22 leases. I think it was 22.
Wow.
And more than half of them, the average down payment was almost $8,000. And the payment was $200 higher than it was 2 years ago. That's not a good lease.
So when is that going to possibly change, or will it?
Well, then you have to start looking at the different vehicles. When you look at Toyota, they're back in the lease game. You look at Mazda, back in the lease game. You look at Honda, always been in the lease game.
Right.
Even when, get this, when there was a short supply, Honda still had $249 a month, $249 down. You're driving a new car.
Right, I remember that.
We did a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so Honda's like, and that's when they had no inventory. So as these products were coming in, they were already assigned to leasing. And so inventory predicates good leasing. And, last week we talked about what was going on with Audi, part of the VW group. They were held up at port because of the child labor laws. They thought
was
there
it
was
just
something in the
Audis?
car.
I thought there were
Audi and Bentley.
I thought Volkswagen was in that. No,
well, they're owned by Volkswagen.
Oh, okay.
And so
whatever those vehicles are, they got put on hold.
And so they backed them up, and so there's no reason for them to put good leases on it when you have a supply and demand situation. So every vehicle that there's supply and demand, there's not good leases for all the vehicles, unless you have cars like Honda that people are least loyal to Honda. I think Honda does, out of their leasing, over 20%. I think it's 23, 24% of everything they do is leasing.
Well, that's your brand loyalty, too, because of that as well.
Well, the thing is, you can put less money down and get a lower payment than you can on most vehicles.
Correct. Exactly.
And so the higher the residual, the lower the payment. And then right now, there's still good residuals, but there's not good money factors. That's why I do the research for you. I'll put you with the best car with the best residual, knowing you have daylight. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get things wrapped up and help you with your automotive needs here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back. Yep.
The outro as well?
No. No.
Texts.
Okay.
I keep missing her asking the question. I turn it up, it's music again. And thanks, everybody, for being a part of our broadcast. As always, here we're at Norm Reese Honda. Did you hear the thunder a while ago? That thing cracked here pretty good.
And the rain came behind it.
Boy, it's poured. It's kind of slacked up right now.
Yep. I'm telling you, yesterday I was in 3 inches of mud, pouring down rain, emptying out a car.
Where was the car? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I know.
I am just soaked, and it's pouring down. I didn't know you could have that much crap in a car.
Where was it? Where was it?
Over at a towing lot.
Oh, okay.
And I pulled up, and here's this beautiful asphalt, and I figured, okay, pouring down rain.
Problem.
And then I looked to the right, and it was sitting in the mud. I went, really?
That's probably worse.
And, I said, can you give me a hand? He goes, I can't touch anything.
Why?
Just the way the rules are. They can't touch nothing. He said, buddy, I'm going to sit here while you unload it, and can't help. And I couldn't get one part open. I said, you got a screwdriver or a crowbar? He goes, can't help you.
Well, that protects them from getting accused for stealing or whatever, or doing something to, because I know that there's going to be people come out and look at that car for damages.
Yeah.
And they don't want anything extra added to it or whatever, and they could even be accused for taking something or whatever. So what they can be, just say, I can't touch anything, it protects them. I get it. But it puts you in a bad position, didn't it?
I was soaked. Soaked. And I'm trying to take pictures. My phone's getting soaked. I'm going.
You should have done a YouTube live on that.
Oh, I'm too busy crying.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't see the tears with all the rain.
Oh, you could tell.
Still.
He said, I hate to see a big boy like you feeling like that. And I went, you know what? The end result is good.
I'm guessing it's totaled.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And what was it?
2014 Toyota Corolla.
That's one way she gets another new car out of you.
Glad to buy it.
This time around, right?
This time glad to buy it.
Yeah, especially with her being here and escaped it. So, yeah, definitely. Well,
you know what's nice is, I hear people all the time complain about rain, but here in about 3 months,
they're going to
be outside doing rain dances.
I don't mind it.
I like it. Remember when we were kids, it was raining? Man, you shucked everything but your britches, and you were outside playing.
Yep.
You ever heard of gutter races?
Oh, we used to do that crap all the time. We would run up and down. We used to swim in the ditches.
Yeah. If there was water flowing, we're in it.
We're in it, baby.
I remember we would find whatever we could and go to the top of the hill and throw it down there where the water runs down in the gutter and run with it. Half the time, bust our rear end, but we didn't care. We'd find something else because everything was going down in the gutter.
Well, in Beaumont, we used to go crawfish hunting with a string. Take a little piece of bacon or something, drop it down one of those holes, and catch those crawfish.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Huge suckers, man.
Did you eat them? Well, back then, what did they call them? Crawdads?
Yeah, crawdads.
I guess there's crawfish and crawdads.
Same thing.
Is it? Or mud bugs?
Mud bugs, yeah. Yes. But
see, I didn't know why my brother
30 seconds
washed them. And he said it makes them burp and get all this stuff out of them. And then he cooks them.
I'm not a big guy.
What are y'all talking about? Ew.
Crawfish.
Eating crawfish.
Oh.
It's called burping them, get all the stuff out.
I'm not a big crawfish eater, even though I like all the
It's too much work for me.
Yeah, I like all the other Cajun foods. I'm big
10
gumbo,
seconds.
Big gumbo fan.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that because that's all a bunch of baloney.
45%.
No.
33% Irish. And guess what's coming up?
No. That's not what I'm talking about. You and your
what's coming
dumb
up
potato
tomorrow?
salad.
Tomorrow.
My grandfather's favorite day. St. Patty's Day.
It's going to be happening tomorrow.
Yep.
I got plans. I'm 33% Irish, so I'll be in green. I should have worn green today, but it's not St. Patrick's Day.
I'm half Irish.
Maddie's you know the word to stop it.
214-787-1971's the number. Good morning, Ronnie Bentley, my brother from another mother, and Xavier. I hope I'm saying that right. And Barry, thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Here live today, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. And Maddie, I believe you got some more text questions.
I do, yes.
Go ahead.
All right, so let me pull them up. It says, will Kurt Chase still come to the dealership with people if they need his help?
I will. If I'm available, I will be there. Otherwise, I will be on the phone with you through the whole process. In fact, yesterday, I had to take a break, and I was on the phone with a gentleman and his wife in finance on speaker, and that finance manager was hating life. Hating life. I cut about $4,000 out of that deal. But, I will help you. If I'm available at the dealership, I'm there. If not, you and I will be on the phone all the way through the process.
And tell them how to do that.
Yep. Yeah, just go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, send me your name and number, and then when I call you, you'll lock in my cell number, and we'll go through the whole process.
We'll also put in there that you're wanting to go to the dealership today.
Yeah.
Like you're not waiting next week. You're wanting to do it right now and put 911.
Yeah, if I can drive right over with you, because I'm here in North Richland Hills. Now, if you're in McKinney or Plano, I know everybody up there. I can just get on the phone with you and just get you right through the process. But today I've got 9 dealerships to go to that I've already made appointments to meet the consumers. So if it needs to be another day or walk you through it on the phone and keep me on the phone all the way till you're done, we can do that as well.
So make sure you put that in there. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt, put your number and say, I'm headed to the dealer here at such and such time. Please call me and help me out.
Ronnie, I hope you and your lovely wife got your shirts. If not, they're going to be there any day.
He didn't.
He didn't?
A while ago, he said he hadn't gotten them yet.
Well, they're going to be there because I got one for you and one for Mrs. Bentley. And they're out, so they should be there anytime. I had a guy from El Paso. They charged me double to get that shirt to El Paso.
Well,
We also have one more question.
Go ahead.
It says Honda Pilot with 337,000 miles. Nope, 500,000 miles. 2013, any value?
So it's got 300,000 miles on it.
Honda
I
Pilot.
think so, yes.
Or is it
337,000 miles.
337,000 miles. And
Yes.
he wants to know the value?
2013, any value?
A couple grand. Yeah, that's just going to be, if that car shows up and it's even in great shape, they're going to give you.
Mainly because of 350,000.
Yeah, no one's going to buy that. It's going right to the auction. So
sell it to somebody that needs a need.
If it's tired up good, the air conditioner's blowing cold, and the body's in good shape, yeah, you'll pick some cash up on it. But the kicker is that 200,000+ mile vehicles, there's just no retail market for them. They can't retail them. They go straight to the auction. So there you go. Let's see.
Any more, Maddie? Was that it?
No, that's it. That is, we don't have any more.
So you can text your messages, and Maddie will read it at 214-787-1971.
Here's a question that keeps popping up. It says, how much damage is a don't buy car when looking at a Carfax? Well, here you got to remember something, that Carfax is only as good, which is a great starting point. Let me clarify that, but it's only as good as the information supplied to it. I've seen a bunch of cars that CarMax says clean, and I've looked at them and they've been wrecked. So if I wreck a car and I take it over to Bo and Bo repairs, I said, here's the deal. I'm going to pay you cash. I don't want any record of this, blah, 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 blah. And him and I are buddies. He's going to repair the car. I'm going to hand him cash, and nothing's going to show up on the Carfax because I didn't file a claim on it. Okay? Now, we'll show open recalls and everything on the car, but here's the kicker. My wife's RAV4 had $22,000 in damage from the hailstorm 2 years ago. Okay? $22,000 in damage, and the insurance company didn't total it. Well, once it was repaired, we had OEM parts on it, which was $5,000, so take it down to $17,000, and that was all labor.
Wow.
Because it took almost 2 weeks of popping out massive amounts of hail. I take that back, it was $6,000, so $16,000 of it was labor. So when I look at a repair order from a body shop, and I say, and this is major damage, what does that actually mean? Or that you see, well, it had $10,000 in repairs. I looked at a Chevy Tahoe the other day, and the guy goes, it's had 10,000 repairs. I'm really skeptical about it. And so the owner's standing there. I said, hey, do you have the work that was done on the Tahoe? He goes, you bet, right here. He had had a folder, filed everything in it. So I opened it up, and I looked at it, and I said, buddy, 7,000 of this is labor. Now, the next question is how good was the labor?
Yeah.
How good did they repair it? So we took it over, we put it on a rack, and I went through this, and I'm going to tell you, and I opened it up, and every OEM sticker was on it. I said, I'd buy this vehicle. He said, Kurt, I said, wait a minute, you just asked my professional opinion. Everything on here is OEM, and I know the body shop that did it, and this is good work. So you had 7,000, a little bit less than 7,000 in labor. And then you got to figure also, when you figure in the labor, the taxes, and get this disposal, look on the deal when they get rid of all they have a disposal for the paint cans, the rags, all the stuff that's used in the body shop. There's a fee for all that. So when you pull all that out and then you look at the major cost is labor, then you have to look at the quality of the work. But that $10,000 didn't scare me. It never does. And even on my wife's at $22,000, we sold it for a profit.
1 minute.
Here's the work. Here's everything that was done. It was OEM, and most of it was labor, and the guy bought it. So it comes down to that, and I can help you a whole lot more. Remember, for all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number, and we will connect. Have a blessed weekend. No texting and driving. We'll be together again as usual, Maddie. Great job. We love you. We'll talk to you next week. Big Wheels.
And be sure that enjoy your St. Patty's Day tomorrow. Dress green and do everything green.
That's right. Cook the cabbage outside.
There it is. Definitely.
Have a great weekend.
30 seconds.
Thank you, Maddie. And Facebook. We appreciate everything you do here with us on these Saturday mornings here on our Facebook feeds, which is the Automotive Edge Facebook page, our sister station, our sister page, Shifting Gears, and we share them to our personal page. Plus, we've added YouTube, so be sure and remember that and tell people that they can also find us there, because if they don't do social media, they can go to YouTube at any time, find us, they're archived, so check it out. And Miss McNeely, have a wonderful weekend. You too. So until next Saturday, you'll have a great St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Be safe out there. Drive safely. And
we love you.
We'll see you next Saturday morning. Take care.